What's going on, guys? Dylan DC Fitness at Coach Con Diesel. Follow me on Instagram. I post a ton of helpful stuff, diet, nutrition, pictures of my daughter, all that good jazz. Cool. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about, this is specifically geared towards women. Obviously, we're running a 12-week women's program right now, which we do have a bunch of spots left. So if you're interested, DM me or email me back, comment below, whatever you want to do. I'll just get in touch with you. So I want to talk about toning today. Now I want to talk about myths. I want to talk about what it actually is. I want to talk about the best methods, which might actually be really surprising for a lot of you to get there. So first and foremost, how do I get toned, right? So I want to define what toning is. So toning is basically a loss of body fat to the point that you can see definition to the muscle. So the muscle looks like it's kind of almost flexed a little bit. And so once you get to that low body fat, you can really decide, hey, do I have too much muscle? Do I have too little muscle? Do I have just the right amount? And then you can kind of, tinker the muscle from there. So let's debunk some myths, right? So the first myth is women cannot build muscle because they don't have testosterone. This is BS. You need 3 things to build muscle: water, a stimulus, which is usually like resistance training, and energy, which is calories, right? And so as long as you have those 3 things, you can build muscle. It's going to depend on your genetics, right? So I've coached a lot of women in the past, and they touch a weight and they just build muscle, right? And so if that's not you, if you know that under your body fat you have enough muscle, I probably wouldn't do any resistance training. So the other myth is it takes a long time for women to build muscle mass. This is a myth. Some women respond really, really well and really fast to types of resistance training. Some don't at all. So it just depends on the person. A bulky appearance just means adding muscle mass. So no, that actually doesn't mean just adding muscle mass. That can be that person staying at the same exact body fat. So if you were at like 25% body fat and you added muscle to that would push everything out and you would look bulky. Or it would just be like adding body fat in general, and that would look like you have more muscle than you do. So those are the 3 top myths. So what's the best approach to getting toned? So, this has changed a lot. For me personally, the thing that works best for me is being in a calorie deficit, eating fun foods, and doing weight training. Those are 3 things that I love to do and like non-negotiable. So I just structure my program. So the best thing, the first thing you want to do when you're toning is obviously lose the body fat. So how do you lose body fat? You need 80% of it's gonna be diet, right? So it's all about choosing the right diet that you can consistently do day in, day out when you're traveling, when you're extremely stressed, whether you're out to dinner with your friends. Choose a diet that you feel like you can do through those 3 things, because the common things that's going to derail you are social pressures and stress. So if you feel like you can do them through stress and like social situations, then execute on that, right? So you can pick a lot of some clients we have on keto, some people we have on a calorie deficit, some people we have on hand portions, some people we have on like specific, this is what you're eating that day. It just depends where that person is, and it depends where you are, what you realistically think you can do, for months on end, even years on end, right? So pick the diet, and you want to take 2 things into account. The 2 things that are going to lead to your success are daily monitoring of that diet. So whether you're logging your food, writing it down in an app like MyFitnessPal, monitoring yourself, monitoring your weight. You can take progress pictures daily. There needs to be some sort of daily monitoring. The other thing there needs to be is some sort of preparation. So whether you're meal prepping for the week, or if you're like, hey, I'm going out to that restaurant, I'm going to choose my meal, there needs to be a preparation in that, okay? So just make sure you have those 2 things, whatever diet you choose. Once you choose that, you do want to get calories out, right? So you want to get some calories out. You want to get the metabolism going. You want to get the fat loss going. So choose an exercise. So I would start with just 3 hours a week at minimum, and just find one that you actually like. So if you enjoy playing tennis, if you enjoy running, if you enjoy interval classes, whatever you enjoy, put that into your routine. You want to do it 3 hours a minimum, and then from there, that's all you're doing. Everything's set out. Obviously the same applies for exercise and nutrition. As far as like the preparation, the daily monitoring, you want to make sure you are tracking what you're doing in your exercise, what day you're doing it on, how intense you feel like it was, etc. And calendar them out if you need to make sure that you actually do them. So find the one that you actually really like and you actually enjoy. Once you do that, then you're monitoring week to week. And so You want to be on like a 1 to 2 pound per fat loss per week. So you can either dial up the amount of exercise, you can dial up the intensity, how hard you're going, dial up the time, you can extra day or 30 or 60 minutes. And then you can dial in the diet more. So if you're like, I had a cheat meal this day, you can take all cheat meals out. If you're like, hey, I'm at a deficit of like 200 calories, you can do 300, and you can change it from week to week. Okay, so that's how to tone. So again, just to summate it, choose the diet, prep for that diet, choose the exercise, monitor that daily, and change it weekly if you need to. So anyways, Dylan, DC Fitness, hope this was helpful, and enjoy the rest of your day.